Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
Yeah, Coco, you're on. So, like I said, I don't know if the video didn't show on your side, but yeah, you're on.
It's kind of stuck, so go ahead and talk until it stops.
No, that's what I said. It stopped. It's the video stopped.
It just stopped on my end. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Coco McMillan Show, where we make it happen. I am so excited to be back with you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We apologize for last week. I was under the weather, but I serve a healing God, and I thank God that I am much better. Not 100, but I am here, and I thank God for his healing. So, and I'm glad that you are here. This is the Coco McMillan Show, where we bring some amazing flavor to the virtual talk show circuit, featuring our national and our local recording artists, business owners, social media gurus, physical and mental health awareness, politics. All that happens right here on the Coco McMillan Show. We allow the guests to come on the show and talk about what they're doing, some of their challenges, their awareness, new opportunities, and we like for them to bring their experience here to the show, and to share their knowledge and their wisdom. I say every weekend, millions of souls can be blessed just by your testimony. So we encourage you to come to be a part of the Coco McMillan Show. If so, please contact me at cocomcmillanmusic@gmail.com or any of the social media platforms. I am here. We will make it happen. We are streaming live here on the IBM network, on YouTube, Facebook, Roku, all that stuff on the website. If you're there in your home, and you have a Roku TV, go to the Add Channel feature. It's free, by the way, okay? And download Pod TV Live, and you can see it there in the presence of your home. So we are just so excited what God is doing and blessing this show. And tonight, oh my God, tonight we have some powerful people on here tonight. I am so blessed and honored that they are here. Mayor Christopher Neal, and also Troy Shaw, that is running for mayor for Bunn, North Carolina. So Christopher Neal is the mayor of Lewisburg, North Carolina, and Troy Shaw is running for the mayor for Bunn, North Carolina. So all my Bunn and Lewisburg and Franklin people out there, let me know that you're here. Mitchell's Grove, I know that you're out there. Go ahead and put in the chat that you're watching. I want to especially thank Minister Rosemary Cooper. She is just absolutely amazing for putting this together for me, working so hard behind the scenes. So I thank you so much, Minister Cooper, for your talent and all that you do for the show. Okay, thank you so much. And so listen, I want to give a shout out to my pastor, Pastor Melvin Jackson, First Lady Jackson, my Mentioners Grove family. Listen, guys, I just want to tell you something real quick. God is so good. Listen, when I was sick last week, I got a phone call, a disturbing phone call from my sister, and saying my mother was in the hospital and that they was airlifting her to UNC Chapel Hill. When I tell you that my heart dropped, and I am saying to you today, thank you for all your prayers, my church family. Pastor Rodney Johnson, Asal Community Church in Villarica, Georgia, Pastor Gene Johnson in Brooklyn, New York, Pastor Stevenson from Macedonia, him and First Lady, Bishop Wilkins, my cousins, my family, everybody, my friends, Tracy, Doc, Joy, all you guys, thank you so much for your prayers. I am here to let you know today that she is doing well. To God be the glory. She is not on life support anymore. God is pushing her right on through. So I wanted to give you that praise report today, because let me tell you, the enemy was busy, but I serve a God, a healing God, an awesome God. And so I just want to say, to God be the glory. And thank you all for your prayers. You stepped in and prayed for my mother and for my sister and Monique and Tika. Thank you guys just for being just with us and supporting, just that support team of the family, our extended family. So thank you guys so much. I wanted to share that with you. Kes, I see you on there. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you. Listen, we are going to go ahead and get started with the show. I want to introduce to you the amazing mayor of Lewisburg, North Carolina, Mr. Christopher Neal. He is a native of Lewisburg, North Carolina, with a deep family root in the community. He attended Elizabeth City State University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in business in 1973. This strong educational foundation in business would later inform his practical and administrative approach to town governance. Growing up in living in Lewisburg, he developed a profound understanding of the town's heritage and value. He often emphasized his pride in being from Lewisburg, and his commitment to serving the community that raised him reflected a personal story rooted in hometown dedication. Can you please help me welcome this evening Mayor Christopher Neal?
Well, thank you, Ms. McMillan, for that wonderful introduction. I am a native of Lewisburg, North Carolina, born and raised here.
Yes.
And I went off to Elizabeth City, and I got a degree, as you mentioned, in business, and worked for 35 years.
Wow.
I'm now retired, and I decided to come back home to make a difference.
To make a difference.
To work in my community, yes. I served on the Lewisburg Town Council for 6 years prior to becoming mayor. 4 of those years were as mayor pro tem. And one little tidbit, back in 1971, here in Franklin County, my father, Mr. Willie Neal, was the first African American to conduct a political campaign in Lewisburg and Franklin County.
Wow.
He ran for Lewisburg Town Council. He was not successful that time. However, he plowed the road, so to speak, for others to come along. And as God, thank God, the seat that he ran for, I obtained that seat some 50 years later.
Wow.
And that was the seat that I served in for 6 years prior to becoming mayor. And
that is amazing.
And this community, Lewisburg, is my home. We started, I ran for a betterment of the community there. See, Lewisburg is a city that is divided by what is called the Tar River. And some may remember that in certain municipalities, there's always a dividing line, either a railroad track or a path of some type. But here in Lewisburg, it was the Tar River, which separated the south side of Lewisburg from the north side.
Yeah.
And over the years, as one may know, as development came to Lewisburg, it seemed the progressive part of Lewisburg that grew a lot were basically the north side.
Okay.
When I first became on the town council, my interest was really to put more emphasis on the south side of Lewisburg, let the citizens know that we were part of the town as well. And the progress of the town means just as much to us as it does to them. And when I became council member, there were certain projects, certain things that we wanted to do. And that basically was to bring a much more economic development side to the town of Lewisburg, to bring it up a little bit economically as far as housing, as far as infrastructure, those types of things. And during my tenure as town council, we brought sidewalks to the south side of Lewisburg.
Yeah.
We brought a park there, which culminated in just recently a basketball court for us.
Okay.
So, and now we have a booming housing development that's going on now. That started under my administration as mayor. And citizens are becoming more interested in Lewisburg, and particularly the south side as well, because that's the growing side.
Right.
We are we're coming from Raleigh. You know that Wake County is growing.
Yes.
As it grows, it impedes on to the south side of Lewisburg and the south side of Franklin County.
Yes.
You know, there's an old saying that when you go into a person's house, the first room that you go into is normally the living room.
The living room.
And that's the best room of the house.
That's right.
As kids, you always say, well, don't go into the living room now. You always, that was the clean room.
Yes.
Now, Lewisburg, as you come into Lewisburg from the south or west, as you come to Lewisburg, your GPS brings you down South Main Street.
Sure does.
So I like to have that area developed more. So when people come, you know, they will see South Main. That's the first room that they will see when they come into Lewisburg. And we would like that to be the living room of Lewisburg. So we're working. I'm excited. I'm now running for re-election.
Yeah.
And why I'm running for re-election is to validate those projects that I first ran on.
Yeah.
Now, however, that journey has not been easy. There have been roadblocks put in front of us as we are moving toward re-election. And in particular, there was a bill called House Bill 183.
Okay.
That bill was introduced into our General Assembly that changed the way the town of Lewisburg elects its mayor. But it only picked Lewisburg, out of all the other municipalities within Franklin County and in the state, we have to run twice. So the
What?
citizens, yes. So the citizens here in Lewisburg, in order to vote for the mayor, they have to vote twice. We have two elections. We are presently in the midst of voting now in early voting for the first phase of the election for mayor of Lewisburg. Now, here's the interesting part about it. This bill, which changed the rules for the mayor's race only in Lewisburg, has, it came about in the heat, in the middle of the night. No one knew about this bill change until it actually happened, actually became law.
Oh my goodness.
The citizens,
No.
elected officials, no one knew about this. And until it became law. Now, as a result, because of it being law, we have to abide by those rules.
Right,
and
right.
It has placed some undue hardships on the town of Lewisburg as well. I'm always being bombarded as mayor of protecting the taxpayers' money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Always drawing my attention. You need to be very conscious of taxpayers' money, or you are not properly protecting taxpayers' money. But this election, which didn't have to happen this way, is causing the taxpayers of Lewisburg to foot the bill for two elections. And municipalities pay for their own local elections.
Wow.
So our taxpayers here in Lewisburg is footing the bill of up to $20,000 for these two elections. And this only affects Lewisburg.
Why? Why do you think? Well, you know what? I know we can't get into that. But I cannot. This is unbelievable. Only Lewisburg. So that means that you're paying for the taxpayers is twice. They're paying
Absolutely.
twice.
Absolutely. Yes. Statistics show that, and one of the other reasons behind this is that statistics shows when voters have to vote twice, voter participation drops off during the second election.
It does.
And data has shown that it can drop off from 40 to 60%. And this only affects minority voters the most. Seniors, single parent households, young people, and working families.
Right.
See, it's difficult for them to come out and vote a second time after they have already voted. That's why you have that voter drop off. Now, the situation that it is now favors, well-funded campaigns. If your campaign have deep pockets,
Mm-hmm.
you can afford to run two elections.
Right.
And so this bill, which is now law, favors my opponent. It gives him an edge in this election, which leads me to believe that it was orchestrated in the first place for his benefit.
Absolutely.
However, we have a secret weapon.
Come on.
That secret weapon
Go on.
are the citizens of Lewisburg.
That's right.
The secret weapon is also the people who have belief in my campaign, have belief in what we are doing, and believe in our policies and the direction that we want to take Lewisburg.
Yeah.
Now, having a well-funded campaign, yes, I would love to have that. But sometimes a good core group of volunteers and dedicated workers can, excuse the pun, trump financing.
Right.
And that's what we have. As a matter of fact, see, my opponent is the one who I defeated the first time. So he's my challenger again this time.
Yeah.
But we're confident that no matter what they put before us, the citizens and I and
Yeah.
others and of course the Almighty,
The
that we
Almighty.
can beat it.
That's right. He
So
has the last say so. Mayor Neal, what do you
yeah.
need? And I know you kind of said it briefly in your speech, but for those that's listening out there in Lewisburg and even in Franklinton, so they can share this message with the Lewisburg community, what do you need them to do? How can we make this happen for you? What do you need them to do?
Well, what I would need is for them to tell the citizens, people who live within the jurisdiction of Lewisburg, to get out and vote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If they have family members, they have cousins, aunts, even friends, encourage them to get out and vote. Because if this bill goes through like it is planned, that serves as a template
Yeah.
for other small towns who have minority mayors.
Yeah.
That it's coming after them as well. You see, they're
Right.
looking at this. This election for mayor of Lewisburg now has been put in front of citizens in the state, which normally would not have been the case, all around the nation to a degree. Now,
Yeah.
it did not have to be this way. However, normally we run our elections on a local level, and the people vote, and the highest vote getter takes the oath.
Right.
The difference this time is that only the town of Lewisburg, I have to win with 50 plus 1% of the vote. Not a plurality election. So that's the big difference. That's the challenge. So in order to reach that goal, you have to have a well-funded campaign, a well-organized campaign,
Yeah.
to reach those goals.
Now,
So,
how long is your term, Mr. Neal? Is it 4 years?
Yes, we have a 4-year term.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
October, voting day for this first part of this election is October 4th. I'm
Okay.
sorry, October 7th.
October
That's
the 7th.
election day.
Okay.
And then immediately, if neither one of my candidate challengers, see, there are 3 people running for mayor of Lewisburg, including myself.
Okay.
If neither one of us get 50 plus 1% of the vote, then the 2 top vote getters of the 3 then face off in November.
In November.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So the rules are set. The lines have been drawn, and we're there, ready to march that route.
Wow. I'm just at all here. I know we just got a few more minutes, but one of the questions are: what are some of the issues that are most pressing to the people of Lewisburg?
Well, the most pressing issue is number one is recreation for young kids. See, our young kids have nothing to do in the summer months.
Mm-hmm.
We recently opened a basketball court for them. Our plans going forward is to have some type of water recreation, even though we may not be able to get a swimming pool, but
Yeah.
a splash pad is in the realm of for Lewisburg,
Right. Right.
for the kids, and these are things that we're looking for. Also, adequate housing, adequate and
Yeah.
affordable housing.
Yeah.
Now, that's one thing that I'm proud of. Now, if you come down and drive around the town of Lewisburg, you see homes going up
Yep, sure
in
do.
various spots and things.
Yeah.
Now, these homes will be for people within their salary range of Lewisburg citizens as well as citizens in Franklin County. And we are proud of that. And also, we are encouraging our people to take various programs, educate them on various programs, how to become first-time home buyers.
Okay.
So that's one thing as well. And we have a project called Depot Hill that is in the works as well. And for those of you who are familiar with Lewisburg, you know before you get downtown, you have to go over a little hill there and then go across the bridge. To
Yeah.
the right, as you're at the very top of that hill, there's a building called the Depot Hill. We are in the process of renovating that for a new town hall as well as an event center. So we
Wow.
want to complete that as well.
Complete that. Well, you
Yeah.
have certainly given us some great information. And, I think, people need to hear this and know this, especially the community there in Lewisburg, to go out. If you're listening, pass this on, share this broadcast, go out and vote. The first voting is October the 7th. So you need to show up October the 7th to vote. So by the time when they have the second one, is it November the 17th?
No, it's November 5th.
November the 5th. Okay. November the 5th, that you will be in that, within the final two. But it's going to be imperative and very important for you to go out and vote on October the 5th for Mayor Christopher Neal. Rosemary, I know you out there. I know they're passing the word. I know you have a team behind you, especially at the Mitchell's Grove. Go out and support. I was going to call you Minister Neal. Christopher Neal, please go out and support. So we have some of your information, your Facebook information running at the bottom of the screen here. Do you want to give the viewers some more information where they can contact you?
Yes, please. Now here's my website again. It's www.re-elect. Now between the re, there's a hyphen, RE-elect. MayorChrisNeal.com.
Okay.
That is you'll find all of the information relating to our campaign, what our plans are for the future, and also what we have accomplished during my first campaign, my first tenure, this administration. Once again, www.re-elect.MayorChrisNeal.com.
Chris Neal. Okay. So Mark, I was putting it in the chat. So that's Chris, not Christopher, ChrisNeal.com. So we'll make sure that we get it in the chat for them.
Yes. Yeah, ChrisNeal.com, please. Okay. And also, thank you, Ms. McMillan, for allowing me to come on your program and give my regards to your mom. I'm glad to hear that she's feeling well.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will do that. Thank you so much. God bless you. We're going to be, and you know who has the final say so. You know that. So we're going to be praying for you. Much favor to you. God bless you. And thank you so much for being a part of this show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right,
and have a great evening.
You too. Thank you. Wow. That was Mayor Christopher Neal from Lewisburg, North Carolina. He is running again for mayor. Please, you heard what he said. You heard what took place in the middle of the night. Unbelievable. And so the law was passed, and now they have to vote twice. So it's going to be very important for you to go out on October the 7th to vote. Please make sure you get the word out to vote. Vote. Next up, we got my girl, Troy is here. Troy Shaw is running for mayor of Bunn, North Carolina. I just love her. You know, she's come to our church several times, and she is an evangelist. And she's a preacher. She's a community leader, an activist, an entrepreneur with a lifelong commitment in service and progress. She understands the heart of small town life, the value of hard work, the power of unity, and the importance of creating opportunities for every resident. She's inspired, uplifted countless individuals through her messages of hope, faith, and perseverance. As an activist, she has stood at the forefront of efforts to address community needs and foster amplifying the voices of those that was often overlooked. And as a business owner, she has the firsthand experience with life challenges and opportunities of building a strong local economy. And as I said before, her vision for Bun is simple but powerful and strong. And she's going to share a little of that with us tonight. What her plans and what her commitment is. One of them is to improving infrastructure and small businesses. And I'll let her get into that more once she comes on. But as I said, she is a leader. She has a sweet spirit. She's been to my church again several times, and I just love what she's doing for the community and her vision for the community. So please help me welcome Miss Troy Shaw.
Hello, how are you?
Troy, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure being able to be in the presence of Miss Coco.
I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You know, and as I said, you know what's funny? You know, when you were at the church a couple of weeks ago, I don't even know if we got a chance to talk about you coming on the show. I know it was so much going on, but look at God, right?
No. we were talking about everything else but this. Yeah.
But God still worked it out. And again, a shout out to Rosemary Cooper. When I tell you she's on it, she is on it. Yes, okay. Ma'am. So yes, I love her to death. So thank you for coming on the show. And I know, Troy, you already knew what was going on. This was kind of like my first time hearing when Christopher was speaking. But really?
Yeah.
In the night? Mm-hmm. In the middle of the night? Really?
The middle of the night, yeah. But that shows how important it is that we get out and vote. Yeah. Like whether no matter where you are in Franklin County, you must vote. It is very imperative that we do that. We see what they're trying to do. This is an attack on us, You know, all the places they could have put that bill, could have established that and made that law, they did it in the one place where we have a black mayor. Our first black mayor of Franklin County.
First black mayor.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. But you know, and what I love, and I know that you know when you in ministry, God got the last say so. Don't be trying to sneak and, you know, do all that stuff because he has the last say so. But it's important for us. We have to do our part. You know, we can't say, Lord, just do it, Lord, do it. And then we're not getting up going to vote.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Troy, tell us a little bit about you. I read your bio, but tell us about you growing up. Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in a small town east of here by the name of Kinston. Some of you may know it. You know, we produce a lot of great people. I'm just going to say it just like that. A lot of greats have come out of Kinston. I'm proud of it. So I grew up in a town by the name of Kinston, North Carolina. And it reminds me a lot of being in Franklin County. Little County is a lot like Franklin County. And Bun in particular, right? Bun going into the Lewisburg area. It reminds me a lot of being in Kinston and being able to see it from the time I moved there, you know, kind of as a kid growing up. And then now it has grown a lot. And it has helped me begin to build a vision to kind of see, no, there is possibility. There are ample opportunities in small towns and they cannot be overlooked. And so when I really started helping out in Franklin County community, and Bun in particular, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
Wow, this is like a 180 type of thing for me because, being in Kinston and kind of being involved in politics there, helping out on campaigns and things of the sort. And then being here, it being full circle for me, being a part of Franklin County's African American Caucus, where I'm the first vice there, helping build that. I don't know if you know about that organization, but we actually built that basically from the ground up. When myself and the current president actually took over leadership there, which is Urban Doyle Sr., we started that organization with 3 people.
Wow.
3 people. And we have now since become within the year, because we took over leadership last July. So as of this July in 2025, we have now become the largest active caucus in the state of North Carolina.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Able to grow. Those are the things I mean, helping the people that are often overlooked, right? The underdog. You cannot count it out. And so when I think about Kinston, I think about Bunn, because it is exactly that. It's that small town, quaint community feel, but it has great potential. And so I'm running for mayor of Bunn because I feel that it needs greater leadership. It needs better leadership. We cannot allow Bunn to die. It needs revival. And that's what I want to do when I think about my vision for Bunn, right? A lot of people say, well, it's nothing going on there. It's just a little bit of people. There's nothing. No, there is something there. And the people that are there, they have great potential, even in the people, right? They're hungry. They're ready for something new. They're ready for change. And I feel that when we work together and be unified, we can do just that. One of my main focuses in Bunn is a part of the town called Red Town, right? I'm not sure how familiar you are with Red Town, but Red Town is one of the prominent communities in Bunn. When Bunn was first being established way back in the 1900s, right? When it actually became a town, Red Town was it. It was built right there across the railroad, and it was built for a reason. It's where our people actually reside. And I want to make sure we keep that life there. We want to preserve it. We want to build upon that, not wipe it away. We don't want to come in and gentrify it and erase it. No, we want to make sure that our people have the same opportunities as other people outside of those city limits. And so that is what I want to do when it comes to Bunn. I mean, also a lot more, but a little bit for introduction.
I love it. And what's your plans for like youth development, things for kids to do?
Yeah, so we had I guess we can call it recreation, right? There was a basketball court that was recently placed in Bunn not long ago. Part of it is for basketball. The other part is for like they play pickleball or recreation, just kind of hang out there. But it's not even close to the inner part, the heart of Bunn. You still have to walk out onto the sideway, kind of going towards 30, off the highway. That 98 type of feel to even get there. So if you have children, and especially small children that want to go and play basketball or hang out at the playground, that's a safety hazard for them. Right. And so I want to be able to put those same things, those resources within the town, or like within the city, not city limits, but within the heart of Bunn. Right. I want to put things where people are. We can't put them too far out. So doing more things like having an actual community center where they're able to come inside the heart of Bunn. Even if it's building a new basketball court, having some type of playground. We have land that is available that's inside that same area I'm talking about. Why not build there? That is where most of our youth that actually come out around Bunn, that's where they reside. And so why not put things where they are? Because even when we think about them, if they want to walk up to that current playground, that basketball court, like I said, that's a safety hazard for them. We have to make sure our sidewalks are even walkable. They're safe for them to even be on. Because when you're walking down the main street of Bunn, right? When you're walking down that main way, it kind of cuts off on one side. So there isn't a sidewalk that takes you all the way through. And so now we're looking at, walking on one side of the street, crossing over, walking on another side of the street, or even walking just on the grass. And so making sure our sidewalks are actually safe as well. That comes in infrastructure. And so all of that kind of combines together when we think about what we want to do to make sure we have things for our youth. And on top of those recreations, actually putting those programs within the community center. Bunn has one of the only community centers in Franklin County. Okay. And it's ran wonderfully. My hat's off to them. I volunteer there on a weekly basis. I give meals there. I take meals to the elderly that come to that community center. And it's a wonderful center, but it isn't getting any resources. Why? Because it's not actually in the city limits of Bun. Even though it is the only true community center. Of course, we have community centers that are in Franklin County, but I'm not talking about your clubhouses that are inside subdivisions. No, I mean actual recreational community centers. That is the only one that we have. And so I want to be able to put that inside the city limits so that we can get proper resources so our children can go and utilize that facility, and it has the proper equipment to actually help those youth that are coming there.
Yes.
That is my piece on the youth.
Oh my God, girl, I love your energy, your drive. Come on, Troy. Listen, okay, so one of the questions on the floor is what kind of support will you give to the farmers of Bun, and also if there's any public transportation in Bun?
Okay, so no, we do not have any current transportation, public transportation in the town of Bun. Now, I will say this, and I try not, sometimes when we're in our campaign mode, we can sometimes speak a little quickly, right? Because we want to make sure people know that we are thinking about certain things, and so that we can get their vote. But I also want to make sure that not only am I being transparent, but I'm giving you truth. Okay. So while that is on my list of things, because we do not have public transportation in Bun, I want to be able to provide that, but I'm not sure if that's something that would happen quickly, right? But it is something that is on my list of things to do. I am looking into other companies to kind of come out and do little things that we already see happening in Wake County. I don't want to say them as of right now, but there are little things that we're looking to bring into the town of Bun that will be helpful even for our youth as well, to kind of get around the town and make it fun. As far as farmers go, I believe that we should support agriculture. Bun has a lot of farming. It's surrounded by farming. And I believe that it'll be helpful for our economy. I even want to do something where we come back to doing fresh farmers markets. Now, our current farmers that are around Bun, they do things like farmers markets where you can come there. There's even something where we do call pick your farm, right? People are able to come in certain times of the year and go to the farm and pick their own fresh produce. But it's not something that a lot of people have access to, because those same people that I'm able to pass out meals to, the elderly, they can't even get out of their own homes, right? And so how can they get to a farm that's 2-3 miles up the road? And so we need those things a little bit closer into town. And so I'm looking to bring something similar, like pick your own farm or farmer's market, into the town so that people are able to have fresh and healthier food choices. Like I said, I believe that supporting those farmers will help with the economy. And so we have to make sure we're keeping that. It's a vital piece of who we are. It's a part of the history as well.
Right. So when does when does it take place? It's the same time, October?
So for us, early election is October 16th, and general is November 4th.
Okay, 16th and 4th. Okay, I'm just writing this stuff down. And so, Troy, being that you a firecracker, which I love, I'm sure that you face some challenges, coming into this, and how did you handle it for you to still keep your composure, but get your message heard?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, it's a lot of prayer that happens when I, turn off my computer screen, or when I click off my social media. I got to be like, okay, God, just you and I, because really, if I really dwelled on the things that are happening, Bun, we don't have the House Bill 183 that's happening like Mayor Neal, but we do have a lot of challenges that's happening because people are afraid of change, right? Yeah. So when people are afraid of change, sometimes they tend to act out. They do things to try to prevent that change. So that is the thing I'm facing. I'm facing the people who are a little nervous about, well, what happens now, right? Then with the same person for more than 2 decades, and now we have this younger person, right? Because I'm not really young, but I'm younger than our incumbent. How can she, really benefit us as a mayor? And so I'm running into those challenges and those hurdles of blocking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my right word to use. So I'm gonna go with blocking. So really, I really just sit with my team a lot of the times. We think about it. And like I said, it takes a lot of prayer because I cannot allow what is happening around me to draw me out of my position, out of my character. You know what I mean? So I have to stay grounded no matter what. And so when I'm speaking to people, I'm making sure, hey, listen, I heard your concern. Thank you for expressing that with me. That's something I want to make sure I keep on my list of things. How can I help you? Let's have a conversation about it. I always tell people all the time, number one, I'm transparent. And I am always accessible to the people, right? I have nothing to hide from you because with me being your mayor, I want to make sure you understand my vision and where I'm trying to take us to, because I want you to be on board. You understand? And so I have an open door policy. And so I'm always willing to do that one-on-one conversation with people because people tend to think that when you hold an elected official position, like you can't be touched, right? No. I make sure I show up with the people. I am where you are. I'm not going to have you in the trenches. I'm not being in the trenches too. You know what I mean? We're going to do this thing together. And so wherever you are, I am as well. And that's how I keep that going.
I love that. I love that, Troy. Oh my God. So, they were saying it's a lot of women that's running for politics. Of course, you in Bunn and in Durham as well. But the question is, do you think there's enough women representation in politics?
I will say we do have representation, but
we're coming. Yeah.
But the thing about it is when we do show up, like, okay, for example, when Harris was on the ballot, we were everywhere. You know, this is our time. We got, yes, finally. And then it just kind of faded out, right?
Right.
That do we have representation? We do. But the issue is sometimes we can be overlooked because we are women. Women are seen as very emotional. We're seen as people who need to do a lean on me type of thing, right? We can't really be seen as too strong. And so people question, are we ready? And do we have the ability and the capacity to serve in this leadership role? And so I think we're overlooked. It's not that we don't have people who are ready and willing for the representation, but we tend to be overlooked is what I think.
Yeah, that's good right there. That's good. So what would you say to the people? Well, before I ask you that question, they want to know, do you have festivals and activities and things in Bunn?
We
that's something that you're looking to do as well?
So we currently have the Bunn Fun Day. We actually just had that a few weeks ago, but I am looking to add to that. We're actually working on an event right now that we're trying to push out before the 4th. And with that event, we want to have that as an annual thing. And so I can't speak too much on it as of right now because we haven't pushed it all the way out yet, but it is something we're working on because we need more things for people to do in the town of Bunn. One, we want the people to be happy and satisfied, right? We want to actually bring more people in. Bunn, we get a lot of traffic through Bunn. We put up a meter and we found that 77,000 plus people come through Bunn. But we have a population of less than 500. So that tells us we have the ability to draw in new people.
That's right. Because there's a lot of land there. There's a lot there that can be done. Yeah, the infrastructure, like you said. So what would you say to the people that's watching tonight, maybe part of the Bunn community or their families and friends? What would you say to them to try to bring them out to vote for you?
One, I will say it is time for change. Yeah. You know, even if I wasn't sitting in this seat, I will still have the same statement. It is time for change, period. You know, we need to get out. Our votes matter. More now than ever. We see what's going on around us. If we don't do something about it now, we may not get a chance to do it next time. So it's like a now or never thing. We have to make sure our vote counts. Your vote is really your voice. And so we have to get out here, you know, spread the word, tell people, even if you think someone who is not really into politics, at this point, it is imperative that everyone knows, right? It doesn't matter what they may feel. No, make sure you spread the word. And then you know that you have done your due diligence. That's all. Simple as that. We have to be committed to the cause in this season. We cannot afford to waver at all.
At all.
We see what they're doing. In the middle of the night, they're coming in, slipping in laws to prevent us from being able to move forward. And so it takes all of us in this time, in this election season, we must be united. We can't be broken. We can't waver. We have to be glued together. We have to stand together because they certainly are. right? They
right,
something
right, right.
And so if we don't stand together in this time,
Yeah,
we may not get another chance to do so. And so I'm asking for everyone, whether you are a resident of Bun, whether you just come through Bun, whatever. If you're in Franklin County, Wake County, Nash County, spread the word. There may be someone you encounter that may come through Bun. They may have family members in Bun. They may live in Bun, and you may not even know that. Spread the word. Word of mouth is the best advertising we can ever have. Yes,
right.
putting out signs, making social media posts, those things are all great, right?
Right.
It helps us look good, but nothing is better than showing up to the polls.
That's
Simple.
right.
So I'm asking everyone, whether this is your first time voting or your 50th time, whatever it is, 20th time voting, go out and vote.
Wow. That's it right there, Troy. I absolutely love it. Now I have some of your information that's running at the bottom of the screen, but can you tell people how they can reach you or anything like that you want to share with them?
Yes. So Facebook, Troy Shaw for Mayor of Bun. That is a public page. If you want to reach me there, private message me. I will respond. I've had people message me already with questions and things about me and the election and vision wise. I will answer you. I promise. Please reach out. My email is info@votetroyshaw.com. If you want to send an email, if you're not a fan of Facebook, social media, you don't do those type of things. I'm accessible. Like I said, email me. I will respond. I promise you I will. I want you to contact me because that's the only way we're going to know what it is that you need. You can also go to my website, www.votetroyshaw.com, and you can even inquire there if you like. You can also find out where I'm going to be next on this campaign trail. And so meet me at one of those places.
Wow, I love it. I love it. So, Troy, this last question, I promise you this is it. So,
Okay.
I know that you're working 24/7 on the campaign and you're out in the community and you're super busy, but when do you take time for yourself? I mean, what is your downtime? How is the work-life balance? I mean, how do you manage?
Oh man, honestly, I get asked that question quite a bit. Like, honestly, I do. And I think when you think about taking time for yourself, this is my life. Like, I enjoy doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to take a break. Like, this is what I do. It is who I am. Ministry, who I am. The political arena is who I am. This is what I live, breathe, sleep, eat. And so walking away from it, taking a break, so to speak, that'll be hard to do because even on my break, I'm still thinking about what's the next thing.
What's next?
How we're gonna make it better. What we can do next? What's the next event? And so I don't really think I get a break. Even when I try to turn my brain off, my brain is still going like, nope, we're thinking about the next thing. So yeah. This is my self-care, I guess.
That's your self-care. I love it. Well, you know that we love you, especially, Missioners Grove, Pastor Jackson, all of us. We are definitely supporting you. Anything that you need from us, just, we're one phone call away. And I'd like to thank you for taking this time to come and share this information, the knowledge. When people ask the question, well, I didn't know. Well, it's here. The information is here.
Absolutely.
So you giving this information to us and whoever's watching, please make sure you share this broadcast. Share it so we can get the word out. The elections is coming up. They need your support, Troy and Christopher Neal. So we want you to do your part. If you don't do your part, you can't ask any questions to say why this didn't happen. We need you to do your part. So again, thank you so much, Troy. God bless you. We're gonna be talking to you soon. Hope to see you back at our church on the hill pretty soon.
Absolutely.
So, okay, good deal. Well, God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, I am just overwhelmed. This was great tonight. I really enjoyed talking to Troy and to Christopher about the politics, about what's going on, and we appreciate you listening, and we want you to share this broadcast whenever you get a chance to your friends, your family. And Mark, if you're there, Troy is already off, so we're going to go ahead and end the show tonight. We appreciate you coming on tonight, doing the show. Again, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. We'll make sure that we get back to you. If you need more information from Troy or for Christopher, please let us know. We'll make sure we get you that information, although it will be in the chat. We're going to be back here same time next week. Again, if you are in the Cary area, if you're in the Cary area, please make sure you stop by my coffee shop at the Amtrak station. That's 211 North Academy Street in Cary, North Carolina. I am there from 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So please stop by, holler at me, all that good stuff. We're going to be having some exciting things coming up in the next couple of weeks. So we want you to stay tuned. Also, if you want to go back, you can also go back and watch some of the previous broadcasts that we've had. It's been some amazing guests on the show. So that can let you know you didn't miss anything if you go back and watch it. And make sure you share the broadcast. If you want to donate and sow a seed to the show, please do so. Put the information in the chat. You can cash app us at CMS. And you know, any amount, it doesn't matter. It helps. Any amount, it helps. Thank you for everyone out there watching tonight. Tonight, we're going to leave you with a song for one of my girls. That's in Villa Rica, Georgia, Miss Debrosha Griffin. She has a new song out. It's called Can't Nobody Love You. Her music is featured this week. So I hope you enjoy that song that's coming up. So again, thank you so much for watching the show. As I say every week to you, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Again, thank you for all the prayers for my mother, for just reaching out to me, all the phone calls, all the texts, everything. Thank you so much. God bless you, and we will see you next week. Have a good night.
What you are, give thanks. What you are, give thanks. Oh, I'm just gonna take my seat. Give thanks. I got one more. I love you. I love you. I love you, Lord, today. Why? Because you care for me in such a special way. Yes, I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna lift him up, and I'm magnify his name. Oh, that's why my heart is filled with praise. Turn it around. That's why I'm going to my feet. That is why. If y'all can help me sing that with praise all over the building. Hey, that is why. Can't nobody do you like Jesus can. That is why. Even when you feel alone, even when you feel that there's no one there, your heart should still be filled. That is why heart is filled with praise. Now, if you believe that, I just want you to lift up a sound. Lift up a sound in this place for your healing, for your breakthrough. Lift up a sound for your children, your husband, your daughter. Lift up.